Yeah, exactly. Like the first
They,
round would
they
be
actually
like,
seed
yeah.
it for content, which
Yeah,
is crazy.
but the thing is as well, like it was kind of smart because actually, like if you win the super crazy first round match, your next couple matches are usually like not walkovers, right?
A
But like you're
joke.
the favorite. Yeah, in
Yeah,
comparison. So
yeah.
uh,
I guess the second or third tier StarCrafters.
yeah,
I often was found by these people in the second round. Alright, enough with the joke party. Let's do some serious introductions here.
Okay.
In the first semi-finals of the day, spawning in the bottom left as our red Terran player playing for Team Liquid, it is Clem.
I'm not in the right corner of the map at all. Can't you do anything normally?
And in the top right, as our blue Protoss player playing for Team Psystorm, it is going to be MaxPax.
Okay. Clem with the barracks and the natural. A little cheeky.
Yeah, this I think is very good against MaxPax because his scouting pattern is very consistent. Always gets the assimilator, like the post-assimilator scout or the post-gate scout, and never scouts around for any potential proxy. So being in the natural is the closest thing that you can get. So, oh, look at that block. You see that?
Beautiful.
This is a future build. This is what Future did pretty much every single game for a very long time. Or every single game. He does it very frequently. He goes for that proxy barracks, and then he gets that eBay block, and boom, Protoss players, they don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I take a Nexus before core so I don't get blocked, but with these guys, it's going to be tough. Bunker's gonna come down here as well. Oi, 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 oi. I really wonder what MaxPax gonna do. He's gonna get a Stalker. And this Reaper is already out. I'm feeding... Okay, how many worker kills here?
3. 4. We're
Yeah.
insane.
What? Oh, he's gonna come and help his
bunker.
his SCV. Oh, this is so lame. That is so lame, isn't it? But this is still counting as a worker kill, and the worker kills won't end for now, you know? It's not like this is the end of worker killing altogether. Like, worker killing will be a thing of the future still, with these Reapers. Like, we're gonna be worker killing for a while here. There's nothing in the main base right now, so you always have the ability to still jump into the main, which is great. Well, I'm not sure if it's great, but it's interesting at least. Okay, look at that SUV micro here. So you can see the direction of where the Stalker wants to shoot based on what it looks at, you know? Okay, right now the double Stalker shows up. You want to go into the main. Oh, he's gonna get loads of kills here. He's gonna get at least 2 more. Wardy, we were so wrong.
We were so wrong?
Oh. So wrong.
Yeah.
God, how...
We didn't see the grand plan of to the low ground to the high ground though, you know?
Yeah.
If we were playing chess, we were thinking about taking the queen, never mind the fact we're about to get checkmate.
Exactly. Yeah, we took the bait.
Yeah, we took the bait.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, MaxPax kind of took the bait. Like, did MaxPax take the bait, or did he have to do it like this, do you think?
I don't know. I don't know what the correct response is. I think you just have to check the natural, the nuke in the natural, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you check that, then all is good. Because if you see it with a probe and you attack it, you see it at a perfect timing. Enough to clear it, and too late for the Terran to feel good about canceling, you know? So it's just the worst of all worlds. It's like the worst case scenario. Like legitimately the worst of the worst case scenarios. Now 3 Stalkers are going to move across the map. I feel like this Cyclone should be capable of doing something, but Clem, like the genius that he is, says, you know, it's better than 1 Cyclone. It's 2 Cyclones. Yeah. That is very smart. And once again, showcasing his ability to count. Ooh, he's potentially going to lose one of these Cyclones, though.
Gets it back, gets away, gets a new lock on, but to the highest HP Stalkers. So, commands and it finishes. He's going to try and morph the Orbital, which is obviously a bit of belief that it's not going to get set on fire or anything here. He's going to have a Cyclone coming for a lock on again. That's exactly what you want, right? These Stalkers going low, and that CC provides the vision, so he actually gets the kill on that Stalker. He's now going to get a second Stalker as well, and this obviously becomes huge, because now all the Stalkers are essentially just doomed. There's no way out from these Cyclones. Like, your way out is having enough Stalkers to scare the Cyclones back, and that just obviously is not the case at all anymore. The SCVs are even here for the repair, as everything gets cleaned up by Clem.
C'est une massacre! Massacre! How would the French say it, do you think?
Le Massacre? I don't know.
Le massacre!
Yeah.
Oh, this actually is gonna be... Look at this. 2 Cyclones, 2 Stalkers. Who wins it? I think Stalkerman should win this as long as there's no double lock-on on the Prism. No, you always win it, I think.
if they double lock on the Prism, do you just get the kills? No?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, or you force them to lift back up, I guess. That makes sense. Now 2 more Stalkers show up as well, so MaxPax can get back into pressure him, but Clem's going to take his Cyclones on a different journey. And now booked into the trip to the main base of the Protoss, so they're going to be dropping off there soon and see if they can get some damage done. And MaxPax is going to hit the main base of Clem, so super high action opening. As you are going to see 2 Stalkers here, but without the Prism to micro, they are in trouble.
They're dead, Wardy. They're not in trouble.
Some would say
If
dying
we're
is in
going
trouble.
somewhere and you tell me we're in trouble, I now know what to expect, because they died like 2 seconds after. This is bad news. Oh my god. At the same time, I do believe that Clem is going to be pushing back. That's a dead Prism. That's a dead Prism. That's game. That's game. Wow.
This was really a micro war.
You know...
Love it. Alright, in we go to game number 2 of our semi-final. In the top right-hand corner of the map, down a game is going to be the Blue Protoss MaxPax. In the bottom right, our Red Terran and Team Liquid is going to be Clem.
Torches.
Yep. Torches.
Yeah. What a map.
I like this map.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad either.
You know, this was the most...
It looks a little bit like a butterfly, doesn't it? If you tilt your
Oh,
head.
yeah. I actually see that instantly. It even has a face.
Yeah, it does. Oh, yeah, it does. It does have a face.
Yeah.
It's like a large butterfly. It's like a drawn butterfly, not how real butterflies look, you know? Yeah. It's beautiful. It looks legitimately like the Pokemon. Is he called
Butterfree?
Butterfree? Yeah.
Yeah.
He comes out of a Metapod.
He does come out of a Metapod, yeah.
Yeah. Which is legitimately the worst Pokemon to fight against.
Well, you just need to kill it quick.
Yeah, because otherwise they harden forever.
Yeah. When they have like 10 hardens on them, it's rough.
Yeah, it's very rough. They're trying to escape and you can't, you can't escape. Can't escape now.
That's like
a
key like early game Pokemon moment when you have no like effective moves against a Metapod unless you pick Charmander. And so it's just tackle, harden, tackle, harden, tackle. This was peak gameplay back in like 1995.
Yeah.
Whenever it was. Jeez.
Jesus Christ. Alright, what do we have over here? Ooh. Whoa, Artie, what is this? Reaper Marine CC in the factory. This is as standard as it gets. As standard. And MaxPax opening with Nexus before core. He scouted as well, which I'm not a huge fan of when you play this, because then your first Stalker is actually a bit too late. So it feels good, but going Nexus core into no scout, I think is actually just superior. And this little factoid is backed by the fact that everyone that plays Nexus before core frequently always no scouts with it. So I'm a big fan of this opinion. It was okay this time because I think Clem wanted to go for, a save up on the Reaper, wait until the Adept shaded out, then you go in, except there was no Adept and it wasn't core before Nexus. So it's going to be Stalker into Sentry, Twilight Council over here. This is a build that MaxPax has recently kind of started mixing into his repertoire.
Nice to have.
And it's actually fantastic against what Clem is doing.
He's going to have a lot of scouting. He's going to have a lot of info as to what's up, so should have a lot of preparation time as Clem just adds his extra barracks on. So going to be very bio-heavy early on as well, and MaxPax will just get away with kind of going to that Twilight Council and kind of going from there. We see one Cyclone, but there's not going to be like a medevac to support this or anything like last time. There's a third Rax as well, so I'm just going to see the full-on commitment to the bio coming up.
I think the moment you see the third Rax, I wonder if you have to get the third gate. So this is a really bad map to be aggressive on, right? You don't really have a good blink into the main base. You could blink over the mineral patches, but then you also don't really get anywhere. So blink pressure is not great. So I wonder if it is allowed / viable to just go straight into a third base off of 2 gates. He's going to do it really quick anyway. So I guess he just wants that third gate for a little bit of extra safety. He's adding another pylon here as well, pylon number 4. That's going to be as blink is being happily chrono boosted out. Yeah, this is just a straight 3 racks tank. And a lot of Protoss players, what they play against this, or someone like Hero, would probably open up with charge against this, right? They go charge and then kind of try to rush into Templar Archives behind it, or even play a fast Robo Bay with it on 3 gases. That's not what we're seeing out of MaxPax. He's rushing out of Forge, actually, skipping on his robotics facility or some type of splash deck in the form of Templar Archives. And he's just gonna get an upgrade going. So probably wants to play a heavy gateway army here early on.
Get that all rolling. As obviously the bio upgrade is going to finish in a couple of moments. And this hallucination still just scouting on through. Just keeping that information going. Is there anything in particular that this hallucination wants to see at this point?
I think you just want to have a look at like the starport timing. So because you can judge when the first move out is supposed to be, right? Starport finishing, you're pretty much adding like 36, 37 seconds due to the float over, and then the starting of the medevac taking 30. Oh, this is a bad float. Factory was blocking there. That's going to add 4 extra seconds onto the starport production. That's painful, man.
Yeah, unnecessary. Just a little bit of a mistake as the Stalker can get rid of the Reaper as Clem. Just seeing if there's anything else to see for himself, but there really isn't right now. Just +1 charge on the way. Gates coming up. I think a lot of just what you could expect to see at this stage now.
Yeah, I mean, this is as slow a game as you're going to get out of Clem, because it was a 3-Rex factory. Cyclone to try and deny scouting didn't really work out. It's going to go for a double drop here, and I think MaxPax should be somewhat mentally ready for it. He sees the unload, going to lose 1 Stalker to it. I think this is absolutely fine. Worker count is good for MaxPax. Unit count, not quite there yet, all right? Not quite there yet. He's going to need 1 or 2 more warp-in cycles. He has the robotics facility with this, so I'm expecting Robo Bay or Templar Archives really at any point right now. We're not seeing it quite yet, but he'll need to. Like, he absolutely has to.
Yep, as the Cyclone is going to get taken out, so Stalker's delivering there immediately. Bit of bio still pushing through, the Stalker's still getting pushed and shoved away right here. It's actually kind of a big deal, no? There's a bunch of Stalkers getting caught and going down, so Clem with a good catch. Multiple of those more expensive gateway units going down early. We energy recharge on a sentry on the left-hand side. Now this is going to dive up on the right. The force field kind of feels like it hurts the Zealots more than helping them. Now the Zealots on the left, though, they do get a good catch. This force field's a lot better. And as Clem is still kind of just standing and fighting, but he should run out of units here. Finally decides to lift up, leave, and to reset from that as the MaxPax coming in from 2 sides, really helping him in the end.
Yeah, that flank was beautiful. Coming from that left side in the end was huge. Double Guardian Shield as well means that both of these units were enjoying the benefits of a +2 armor there. And we have a 3rd CC that is now being constructed. We have 2 more barracks that are going down in the natural. I wonder if we're going to rush into like a Ghost Academy from here, or if we're just going to play it a little bit slower as Clem. He seems to be pretty willing to play high tempo as we see a quad medevac load up. Prism at the same time is going to run into the natural of Clem, but there are reinforcements there. This could actually go pretty poorly here for MaxPax.
Yep, that's going to go very badly if you just don't know about it. The quad drop, not completely full, but still with plenty of punch going to come in. And there's only, like you say, a handful of Zealots here, so he's going to have to pull everything back, and it's going to be the Widow Mines to help zone these Zealots a little bit, so they're likely going to get a lot done. We try and split. Honestly, decent splits apart from the 2 that went to the right. They did hit a lot of those Zealots. And Clem gets a lot of work as the Widow Mine, will clean up a couple of Zealots on the other side as we try and Prism drop into the main and natural. Clem gets out with a lot of units still, and we'll try and just take those elsewhere to keep this trouble up. He loses an empty medevac, and medevac with a couple units inside. The main majority of bio is still alive, and he loses about 4 workers.
I think the main issue here for MaxPax is the fact that he doesn't have a fort base. If we're having this exact same game, but there's a fort base and 8 more workers, I kind of like his position. But right now, it feels like he's awfully all in, and I don't think he wants to be very all in. He has 2 Colossi, which, you know, gives this army a bit of a boost. He's going to fly in once more here with this Prism. Mine count is good defensively for Clem. Clem is going to move command here into a lot of Protoss units. Loses 2 mines for free. It's maybe even going to lose a 3rd. No, we're going to get a Guardian Shield. 1 sentry goes down, 2nd sentry goes down. Drop hits the natural at the same time. So there's a little space there for these Marines to just drop into. Clem is perhaps in trouble at home, but actually he's just in trouble at home. He's losing a lot of workers as well in the main base.
Yeah. A lot going down there, and he's going to have to figure a way to rebuild those at some point, but his 3rd is under fire too. Still trying to drop on the other side. He actually does have an army supply lead, but the power of the two Colossus, if there's not a good answer to them, is extremely high. And that's really the issue, is that MaxPax can kind of stand on that third base and do a lot. Alan goes down, depowering a bunch of the gateways, and Clem does get the jump on the other side of the map. He takes out one Colossus, he's chasing for the second, and he is going to get a cleanup on the aggressive army. That looked like his biggest problem, but he just caught MaxPax distracted, and he didn't pull those Colossus away in time.
Yeah, very nice. Well done here out of Clem, who was honestly giving himself another fighting chance. He lost a lot of workers here, which obviously sucks, but at the same time, taking out those Colossus does help. Viking count is currently at 3, which is good enough against a single Colossus. He's gonna full stim to the left side to try and heal up. Look at that.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. He's gonna need the base trade here, I think. Although this is just Stalker. Maybe you can just hold that with these Marauders. Ooh, bad blink forward out of MaxPax is gonna cost him at least 2 Stalkers. He's gonna trade a little bit at least, but these Marauders are absolutely unleashed. Left side army is just looking real freaking powerful. I wonder if Clem can take out this fort base.
I mean, that would be wild. No, there's a lot of Zealots there. The Sentry can pop Guardian Shield. Clem's gonna kite away, get a few Zealots as he goes, but I think this is just a... Well, I really thought it was just going to be I have to get out of there, but now he turns onto the Colossus. Good force field. And the Colossus is going to live, and Clem's going to GG even. Wow. That went better than I thought, and then, yeah, still actually killing the Colossus.
You didn't what?
Have to do any admin work. Like, everybody showed up.
Okay, I heard, you know what was great? Today I didn't do any Adderall, and I was really confused. It's like, is that like a big deal to you? Like, I also didn't do any Adderall today, Wardy.
Yeah, that would have been a bit more concerning, wouldn't it?
It would have been, but not having to do any admin work, I'm very happy for you.
Yeah, it was great. Like, first of all, just gave up instantly, but didn't even message me. Just told Showtime to take the win, and that was it. Everyone else just played games. What a day.
Yeah.
Anyways, more interestingly, we actually have game 3 of this series, so...
Yeah, I'm still confused about that last game a little bit, Wardy. I understand. I think he thought that the fort base of MaxPax was fully saturated. And if that base is fully saturated, this is a very reasonable leave. But MaxPax's fort base was so extremely late that I think it was just the incorrect call there. It was 116 to 110 supply, which is a favorable situation for Protoss. Protoss just had a single forge going, and 2 second EB plus armory were on the way as well. So it feels to me like, you know, there was a little bit of water left in this stone to squeeze, you know? Like, yeah, if you want to get a full glass, it's going to be tough, but I think there was some left in there. Definitely could have. This is a great start, by the way, for MaxPax. Expensive early game out of Clem, who's going to be... I mean, what is he going to do off of this? Was this a gas first? I think so, right? Yeah, I guess. It was a gas first, so he's going to go Reaper into Factory. CC first. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're really gaming right now.
Drops that CC down, and Reaper in the orbital. Coming straight up. And we just have the SCV coming through as well. Nexus, Adept, all underway as the assimilator continues to build up for a couple of moments.
Interesting build. Okay, so this is not a worst case scenario, but it's a bad, you know, it's a bad scenario where your eBay instantly gets stopped. You lose a lot of mining time. The follow-up, I think you can read it just based on the Reaper. The fact that this is a Reaper off of an eBay, you're like, okay, it's probably Reaper off of a gas first. Like, that would be my general vibe, would be my feeling. We're gonna get a fast Twilight Council here as well out of MaxPax. Okay. Adept, Twilight. He just wants to play his standard 3-gate blink, I think. That's what we're seeing here right now.
Yep. Bring that through and getting set up. Factory to the reactor from Clem, so you can get a couple of Hellions on the way up. And obviously there's a lot of ways you can use Hellions in the early game to try and harass and break through and create some drama, even just, you know, chase this Adept down. It can be very effective. There's the Reaper on the other side. It's going to spot the Twilight Council, but that Reaper is going to grenade its way to the low ground, and the Adept was shading high ground, which means that Reaper has a chance of getting out of here. It's gone. Duck shade after
that freaking eel. Slippery eel, man.
Slippery eel.
Yeah, prick. You see how he got out of there? Also because the first pylon was misplaced. If correctly placed and the gate touches the side. What a ridiculous game.
Ridiculous.
It's going to be 2 Hellion, 4 Mine Drop, most likely. It's a classic build order that we don't see a whole lot, but we see it frequently enough that we should be aware of it, you know? Gonna go into 3-gate defensively. What would you like to have against this? Ideally a full wall or a battery in the next roll, like a temporary full wall or a battery, which is permanent. Both I think are fine here. We see the probe already moving into position. He's gonna try it. Oh, he has to do it with a pylon because the pylon doesn't reach there to build a battery or a gate or a cyber core. So that's a little bit awkward. That is the way that it is. He's gonna cancel that pylon and he's going to see, oh my god, this is such a good scout of MaxPax seeing that medevac. That is great news. Pylon gets rebuilt one more time. Blink is about to finish up and here comes Clem. And he's gonna be in trouble.
Yep, medevac is gonna go down, but we do get a full Widowmine burrow, but obviously this is full commitment. He's gonna get... he could have had 4 workers there, but he will try and threaten the workers in the back instead and make them run a bit further. Hellions get through, so the Stalkers have to busy themselves with those for a moment, and chance to get a couple more kills here. We didn't quite target. We do in the end with the Reaper. That's a lot of units to kill, but I want to say just 6 probes, right? Like, you know, that's all of your early game units. 6 workers is not bad, but like, that's everything you build into to this stage of the game.
Yeah. And the scary thing right now is as well, right? You're going to have a Raven to counterattack with. There is 1 tank out, but look at the Marine count. There's 8 Marines out total. This tank can only defend really a single base at the same time. The best case scenario for MaxPax is if he goes straight into the main base with 4 Stalkers and a Prism, or if he jumps by over here. This is also completely fine. He's gonna get 2 worker kills already. Lovely little play here out of the young Dane. And can now pick up maybe 4 Stalkers and piss off. Or he's gonna go for another warp in. I mean, both are viable options here.
Well, Stalkers get warped in. The charge will start up. Marines in a siege tank continue coming about. Engineering bay and the barracks still coming over. As we have the Stalkers ready to hop toward this main base. Prism loads up a few of the units, and we have ourselves the racks. Gonna move. I don't know where that rack's going. I guess just to the tech level combat shield. And then the factual reactor up for the starport or so. Something along those lines. Anyways, we have 1 tank out on the high ground, 1 tank out on the low ground, but in general, the blinker position's pretty well defended against for now.
Yeah, surprisingly so, may I say. He only killed 2 SCVs here in this game. I thought it was going to be way more. So I am impressed. I absolutely am impressed. We're going to see Templar Archives as a follow-up, so it's going to be 3-gate into Storm. That's a high Stalker count already, but once again, achieved nothing so far. I think Clem is going to be very, honestly, very content with the position that he's in right now.
Yep. I think I can agree with that. As it's hard for MaxPax to do much of anything. Clem gets to kind of, more or less, just kind of get his way towards his upgrades. I mean, we blink in here as MaxPax. Clem has a few units there, which obviously helps protect the SCVs until a few other units show up, and that makes this a defense, so... yeah, very well defended so far. The bunker is empty, which maybe gives the Stalkers a chance to poke a little bit, but I think the general consensus here is that this is a long way off really getting much of anything achieved.
Yep. No fortress, by the way, just pure Storm. Extra gateways now being added into the mix. The Stalkers just kind of stand in front of the base waiting for a move out at some point. That's what we're going to be moving into as well. Yeah. +1 attack is about 50%, or sorry, 30 to 40% done. Ooh, double drops, not gonna get spotted so far, but this Zealot is gonna get the information, the valuable info as to where these drops are heading. Do you go for a recall here, or what's the plan right now?
It's tough, right? Because it's like, recalling's nice, you get in position quickly, but maybe you just believe that Clem doesn't keep committing forward because it's been seen by the Zealot. So then you just step back instead, and I think that's the better call, so...
yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. Clem is playing this very patient, very calm. He's now gonna pull some of these tanks further forward. Ooh, 2 tanks are actually kind of stuck here in the netro. I'm not sure if this is on... surely it's not on purpose. Okay, they're gonna just be capable of moving towards the left. I think he's gonna go for a full-on attack right now, isn't he?
It does feel like he wants to kind of get active a little bit, and there's an army here from MaxPax that's gonna find a couple of those medevacs off to the left side. Storms come down, he gets the Prism, but... I mean, he did save some of the Marines, but still a lot going down. But whoa, what about the High Templar dead?
2 Templar. 2 out of the 3 Templar go down, plus Prism. I think that was the Storm that was dealing the damage, or it's the Marine just...
yeah, I was looking at the mini-map already, and then I just saw the Templars die. I was like, whoa!
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not expecting. I thought the threat was over, but yeah, I guess they just wandered into Storm still. That's crazy.
Yeah. Truly some crazy stuff. Medevac is going to dodge the 4 Stalkers that tried fishing for him. MaxPax not the greatest fisherman in the world. This fish managed to escape. Gold's now on the way. Clem most likely setting up for somewhat of a 1-1 timing push here. 3 tanks, what is it, 6 to 8 mines, 3 ghosts, bunch of Vikings in the mix. Vikings are not going to be the greatest tool to have, but they're still nice if you're fighting a Prism plus Templar, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's just really nice to be able to zone the Prism a little bit, right? They can't always keep on pushing forwards. It gives the Stalkers something they want to maybe try and shoot down. So yeah, having a little bit of pressure there is great, as obviously our Ghosts rising in numbers slowly too. The Robobay coming up from MaxPax, so he will add to his potential of splash damage as well. Oh, this Prism needs to be careful. And there's the Bargains there. Just didn't even really realize what was going on, so both players caught a little unawares on the left-hand side. And this Prism going to try a different angle to get forward with these Zealots, although maybe MaxPax can capitalize. The rest of the army showing up a little bit. They are going to get rid of the Prism, but the Zealots do unload. Wouldn't mind at least softening those up. We lift and get away. Wow. Clem really crisis managing that very well so far. He will be missing some of the units from this fight then. And a lot of his defense is very spread out, which maybe gives MaxPax a chance, but I think there's just too much from Clem. Right side unengageable, 3 tanks are a bit too much. And yeah, MaxPax will not try and dive the natural, although he tries for the siege tanks now when Clem is more towards the center. MaxPax just trying to find openings as this drop continues across and could maybe get a jump on this 5th base if it wants, or it can obviously continue to head into the main.
Clem going into the main base is not what I had expected, as a Raven gets sent back home. Maybe he wants to do a little bit more auto turret harass over here. Get an aggressive scan, see 6 Stalkers warp in. I mean, this is the end of this drop, really. We're gonna not even gonna get a pick up here, as all of this is going to die. But at the same time, Clem is pushing towards, what was this, the 3rd base over here. Tanks unsieged, but this army is very, very powerful. And the only defense really here is going to be Storm.
Yep. These Vikings keep on pressing through. Gonna pull back a little bit. Storm still coming down. Stalker's still getting hit. We're going to just aim for the Nexus a little bit, but I mean, we're killing units at the same time. We get the Nexus. The Widowmine there actually going to land on some probes that were still being pulled into this. And MaxPax, more or less, he probably looks at this as a counterattack scenario. Like, he killed a bunch of units. Clem committed to getting the Nexus kill. So he maybe just feels like counterattacking is an open door for him right now. At the very least, this group of units is a little bit stuck. Clem, it's kind of awkward. Like, do you want to try and save these in terms of like bringing other units forward? Looks like he's just going to try and make a getaway, and with Medevac boost, he will be able to get away for now.
Yeah, this was overall a pretty bad fight for Clem, but the damage dealt is significant, right? A base has been denied. It is 64 workers to 75. 4th base is now morphing already for Clem as well. Once that planetary finishes up, if Clem doesn't die to this incoming push, I think his position is quite decent. We have some Templar coming in here from the north as well. Can he get a Storm? Yes, he can get a Storm. It's not great, as the Zealots are getting damaged here as well. I think MaxPax, there's kind of a timer on him right now. There's kind of a timer. 1 EMP hits. We still get a Storm. SCVs are going down. It's -8 SCVs. That's a full lift here on this CC, and this is what MaxPax needed. He needed 10-9 worker kills. He's gonna get it. Forces a lift on this base. We have his own 3rd base coming back online. Upgrades are not looking that great though for Max quite yet. There is a 2nd fortress. We're gonna continue pushing in. Is there a Prism with this? I don't think there is. No. They're just walking across the map.
Yeah, and the Vikings are in good numbers as well right now. Good enough to chase down the 1 Colossus that's left for a little bit, so... Yeah, and just the Archons that are here, there's no Storm, right? So just EMPs are extremely powerful. There's 1 High Templar on the left-hand side that maybe has something of a chance to get involved, but realistically, Clem has pushed this back, and he's defended from, I think, the counterattack that was always going to be a little scary. This Colossus is still a bit out of position. We drop a Storm to try and help it, but considering we don't have a ton of Storms, I feel like we could have maybe saved that Storm for a better moment, even.
I'm surprised that MaxPax kept pushing into the natural there. It felt like he'd achieved what he wanted. A lift on the 3rd base, 10 worker kills, but now he's actually taken a significant amount of damage. He did not have thermal lens until now. How many Colossus did he lose already? Oh, just 1. And he has 2 right now. It's still fairly late, but he's 5 bases. We have a massive Zealot run by coming in towards the planetary. I don't think that will be successful. He's going to be pulling it back as well. Clem is going to be pulling ahead in workers. Clem is ahead in army supply, and these Zealots are going to get caught as well. It's -2-3 Zealots over here. I think MaxPax is in a little bit of trouble once more.
Yeah, it does not feel great at the moment, as you do see a couple of Storms coming in, man. This Terran army just looks absolutely huge, doesn't it? So many Marauders. Obviously, there's a lot of supply in the Zealots on the left-hand side, which if they can get involved against a Marauder heavy army, great. But not if they get involved on their own accord, and everything from MaxPax that really needs to be here to help fight is just not here at all. The EMP, the Guarantee, the High Temple will not do much in this fight, and this base is in some serious trouble. MaxPax responds by bringing the main army across, but it's just a very late arrival. We do drop one good Storm. The second, honestly, probably could have gone elsewhere, as we are going to be seeing the 3 Colossus maybe have the most to say right now, because there's not a good answer to them, but there's just not enough, as it does look as though the Marauders will power through. The Colossus drop down. The Archons that are morphing are not going to do well, and the couple of Zealots warping in will be a pitiful excuse of an answer to this army, which means that Clem will take the 2-1 victory here in the semi-finals, battling through this bracket of death to make his first WardiTV Monday finals.